Hey, one and all, it's your pal Drew Dracy, and I just came back from the Black Friday sale at Dave's Comics and Collectibles in Fayetteville, Georgia. And I got me way too many comics, but a lot of them were half off. See, this was a $3.50 right there. Everything was half off, which is great. And it's still great because it's still going on. It's only like 2 o'clock here. There. Got me a lot of great classic monster reprint books from the 70s. And a lot of them I get mostly, well, I started collecting them and they have new covers on them. That's the cool thing. And then some have stories that, like the Totem had been reprinted before, but it didn't get the cover. And so they could kind of mix and match if they chose to, whatever sold best. This really is a great, great issue. It's Steve Englehart kind of doing the Ant-Man inside the Vision. It's a Vision inside of Yellow Jacket, who he got big, and this was $16. It's in excellent condition, but I paid $8. So he's kicking ass, and everybody was really, really cool. I mean, he's got such a great staff. This I love small indie books from the 80s. I'm a sucker for them. And this I got just for the heck of it. Actually, it'll be a good investment. It's like embossed and silvery. I just wanted to see what happened to old Johnny Blaze after he was no longer the Ghost Rider back in the day. So this is issue 1. I had to really look at it right to see that. And now, Journey into Mystery. Really interesting stuff. That strikes me as, I don't know who did that. That anatomy is really good. So here's another one. Journey into Mystery. I love that. It says stop him. He looks like he's doing a dance, like do 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 do. See, I've turned into a child already. I had to get this one. Killdozer. Well, sorry. I remember having nightmares of the school bus having fangs like this because I hated going to school so much. So, Weird Wonder Tales. It's a reprint book, but they had some new Kirby covers. And then later on, there was some additional new info created. This guy was changed to Dr. Druid. His name was Dr. Droom back in right before Fantastic Four 1. So, now this, I have no idea where this came from, but it's pretty cool. I guess it's the 80s or 70s. So, Jack Frost. I had to get this. I had heard about it. And Crypt of Shadows. Don't Bury Me Deep. Now, this was an example that I had mentioned in the past that DC sold a lot more titles that were, how can I put it, more committed to the bit. They were more horror stories and not just body, what do they call that stuff? Body dysmorphia type stuff. Marvel had mostly reprints, so it didn't hardly cost them anything because they didn't have royalties back then. But this beautiful, I think it's John Romita or Franchi Okoye, but this was sort of like, as brilliant as John Romita stuff is, you don't think of him as like master of the macabre like you would Bernie Wrightson. And so this has like a superhero sheen on it, and whereas DC would have Nick Cardy do some real scary ass covers, and Neil Adams and a bunch of others. But you know what? I still love this stuff. It's fun. I just didn't buy it at the time because I'd rather get a superhero comic than a comic that looked like a superhero book. It wasn't, because I was addicted to superheroes, and I still am. That's a great cover. I'll have to look that up. Love all this going on. A lot of whiteout dabs. So, everybody do the Moomba. And some new covers, some not. This is Gil Kane, kidnapped by a flying swastika. And this was a real treat here. Thunder Agents featuring Raven by Gil Kane. This was $15, half off, $7.50, buddy. Yeah, double-sized issues too. They came in. That was the format. And the Inhumans. I already have the Marvel Masterworks of this, but I'm going to put this in my spinner rack because this was the first issue I found of them. And George Perez was fairly new at the time, and I thumbed through it and I loved it. So, The Claws of the Cat, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. And Claw the Unconquered, which my pal Andy Smith did a revival of in the late 2000s, I think. So, I got this for my wife, $3, because she said, like most people at the time, she said the only comics reading she did was Archie and stuff like that until she grew out of it. So I'm going to give her this. And I'm not going to try to hook her again. Oh, what if I did try to hook her into comics again? But anyway, I just did it for fun. So like a lot of people, they... And that's how I got a lot of my comics. A lot of kids I knew, like, outgrew them. Candy Tales. Beautiful stuff. That's like Gil Kane and Tom Palmer. That face alone is worth consideration. I don't know what's in this book, but they reprint the Kirby Captain America from the Marvel's Bicentennial Battles. And this just I got because I love Hawkeye, and I don't have the original Star Reach Classics. Some of these I'm going to be reviewing. We got Jim Starlin, Neil Adams, Frank Chirocco. Oh my gosh, the Alien Legion fame. And we got The Untold Tale of Ms. Victory. This is from AC Comics. And then The Thing, The Black Marauder. I got this strictly because, for one thing, I like Mike Carlin's writing on the last year of it, but The Black Marauder was part of Team America, my motorcycle team, and I just like this guy. So I gotta make some room, or else all these bags, since they're on top of each other, and there's just like air between it, they slip and slide a lot, and then then there's endless crying. So okay, let's see. All right. Okay, like that already? No. Okay, yeah, I did. All right, Damage Control. Such a great series. I'm gonna, $2.50 right there. Dog Boy. $5, but I mean it's totally tattered, and I'm sure the moment I open it, the cover will fall off and everything. Because I mean, I know what I'm getting into when I see this, but I never had an original issue of Silver Surfer, and. DNA Agents, superheroes of the early 80s, returned from Antarctic Press. Original creators Mark Evanier and Will Mignola. Really good series. Okay. First issue of Blue Devil. Collector's item. Wow. Collector's item. It sold for 75 cents and now it's $5 whole. It's actually, I just can't get over it. Dave buys so many comic collections, and he just makes great deals. So I don't know about Bade Biker and Orson, but it looks pretty neat. And this I got out of curiosity. You got the chromium effect, but I did want to read the first issue anyway. But they jacked up the price. Okay, some more, probably Palmer, inking Gil Kane. This is not Kirby, but it is made to look like it. It's actually, I could be, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it might be Larry Lieber because he could always do a really good Kirby. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And this I got Pyramid Comics, and you know what? It looks so fun. You could tell this person clearly is influenced by Jack Kirby. So, and then I got Boogeyman. I just love these weird books out of the wild. That's not Jimmy Palmiotti, it's Jim Paletto's Pumpkinhead. And we got Man from Atlantis. I never did watch the show, but it, it came and it went. It's one of those came and went things. All right. Now, I also got for $5, because it was $10, another digest. Beautiful Gil Kane cover. And a variety of artists. So can't wait to see that. So it's only $5. I should have snagged more, but I already spent a lot more money. This because I'm going to be covering this in a future episode. I don't know. You'll find out why. Below the bid already. So when I sold my collection in the late 80s, and I've gradually built my collection back up. I've skipped a lot of the the Roger Stern, Al Milgrom, John Buscema, Tom Palmer. I know that's a fan favorite era, but it's one of the things where I was rebuilding my collection. I didn't have to buy those issues anymore. But I like Spider-Man the Rhino. It's like the Masters of Evil stirring up shit again. You got Eagle, really, really great shape for $5. $5. And Daredevil Yellow. I get this for half off. This was $29. And it's by Jeff Loeb and late Tim Sale. I could erase that stuff off. Okay. So, I love the colors, the palette. I'm anticipating so much. And then I also got a Thor Marvel Masterworks, which it's so cool because it bridges the issues from the last epic to Wake the Mangog to the next epic collection. There's that area in the middle, and I did a previous episode that showed a lot of Marvel epic collections that needed to be reprinted, and that one of them included these issues. But I managed to I have the gap. I have the issue. I have the Marvel Masterworks after that. I have the epic before that, and it goes up to 175. So there's there's a double down. Not double down. I just have doubles of two stories, and that's fine by me because this was back in the day when they were only $54. So hey, this is like $27 total. It came out when? Oops. Came out when? 2010. Okay. So I'm gonna read this by Will Murray. I don't read the Stan stuff anymore because he's got a clever way of talking, but it's kind of half of it's bullshit. And I don't mean to be down on Stan. I love him, but I guess I don't know. It's like Roy Thomas and like Don McGregor and Jim Steranko. And did I say Roy Thomas already? They are great at being specific about certain books and just like they remember everything they ever did. And both Lee and Kirby, they were so busy banging out comics, they really didn't look back, and very few people thought there would ever be a reprint, market. And the only one exception was 1970. Jack Kirby thought, like the New Gods series should be in hardcover. So it hadn't happened for 30 years, but he had that in mind. So he was forward thinking about stuff like that. So anyway, this has the Neil Adams 2 issues of Thor. I'll be covering that in another episode. So that's all, everybody, and I will be covering some of these, and I will talk to you later because my tummy's growling. I'm going to have me a peanut butter sandwich. Take care, everybody.